Thanks for having me at Investor Inspiration today and for all of you for attending. I want to make sure now that we've kind of changed over presenters that you can hear me. So do me a favor if you would. In the little chat box that's part of your web tools, some of you have already typed in it a couple of times. Can you see this? Do me a favor. Can you just let me know the city that you're listening from? Type that in there. That lets me know my voice is carrying to you, but also that we can talk to each other today, that you know how to use that tool and we can communicate a little bit. Because I'm going to make sure you're following along. I'll ask you questions throughout because I want to make sure this is a good use of your time, okay? You didn't come here by accident. You want to learn something. You want some takeaways. So I'm going to make sure you're keeping up. All right, South Africa's here. Buffalo, love it. Augusta, Dublin, Boston, Lawrenceburg, Indiana. Dick, nice to see you. Jesse's in New York. Appreciate that. Yeah, I got a big group, though, so I want to make sure that everybody can hear me. That's a handful of you, but I know how many of you are here, so go ahead and give me a response. Just that lets me know, all right? That lets me know that we're together on this thing. Bellevue, Washington. Mark, one of my favorite places. Bill, is that high or is that Hawaii? Nice to see you. All right, listen, let's get the ball rolling because we got a lot to cover, not a whole lot of time to do it. I'm going to talk to you about the Forex market today, and I'm going to get specific, all right? We're going to talk about how to open an account and how you can start making some money with this because I got to believe that's why you're here. So we're going to talk about the basics, but then I'm going to get specific with you because I got to believe you're ready for that. If any of you has an open account, whether it's a stock or an options account, and you haven't traded Forex, it's going to be about the same procedure, all right? If you've traded at all before, then you got your head around this a little bit, and now you're looking to do what? Leverage a little of your experience and knowledge and start making some serious money with it. So we'll go ahead and do that, all right? I know where you are. That's where I am. I'm coming to you from the Market Traders Institute. If you haven't had a chance to Google me, let me just give you a little background. We're a state-of-the-art company. That's a 70,000 square foot training and trading facility in Orlando. We've been training new Forex traders for 22 years, all right? About 30,000 of them have come through our program. Longest track record in the business, all right? Most trained students, we got a formula that works. I'm going to teach you that formula today. And I brag about us because I can, all right? I've been telling everybody we're in Inc. magazine. All right, we're one of the fastest growing companies in the world, and they talk about us the same time they talk about Microsoft, which I think is pretty cool. But somebody pointed out the other day, hey, Joe, that magazine's from last year. What have you done lately? Well, it's funny because the new issue just came out, and we're in that one too. All right, we're in this one because we continue to deliver when it comes to people's expectations. Why do you come to a webinar like this? Why do you get involved with a trading group? It's a bottom line type of deal. All right, you flat out want to find the group that can help you make some money. The rest of it's just kind of conversation. Everybody's got their software. Everybody's going to teach you this or that. But translating that stuff into profits, that's really where the rubber meets the road. So what I'm going to tell you is this. I'm going to introduce you today to some people you can trade with. I'm going to give you 60 days to come and trade with us. I'll even back it up, all right, with an opportunity for you to come trade with us risk-free and with a guarantee. All right. Fact of the matter is we're so confident in the system that we've got that we can teach you and show it to you that we'll say this. Come trade with us for 60 days, and if we don't show you 2,000 pips, we'll write you a check for $2,000. How do you guys do that? I'll talk about it as we go forward. But the one thing I think is important for you to know, and I'm going to send you a link right now. All right. I'm going to send you a link just real quickly so that you can understand anything that I show you today, all right, is third-party verified. I think verification's a big deal because anybody can get on a webinar and tell you anything, right? But when you have things that are verified third party, right, when you post results, that's one thing, but verification's another. So what I just sent you is verification of what it is that we do around here, all right? We break it down trader for trader, and you're going to have an opportunity to trade with all these people. Josh Martinez, you'll meet him. Gary, same thing. Tyson, superstar, you're going to have a chance to trade with him tonight. But what I want you to do after we break, all right, so that you have this verification is I just want you to click on one of the traders, all right, and I want you to notice that when you see a track record and it's verified, hold on a second, I'll show this to you, and it's verified. You see this? That's a big deal, all right? That's where the rubber meets the road, translating what we can do into something you can put into your account. Well, that's why we're here today, all right? So let's just go forward with it. All right, one thing I got to tell you right up front is if you don't know what you're doing in any market, all right, you can lose money. In the Forex market, it's the same thing. All right, this might be new to you, but it's still a market. All right, and if you put your money in it and you don't know what you're doing, you can get beat. All right, my job today is to make sure by the time I'm done with you, you know what you're doing. But I got a question for you first so that I have a target to shoot at. I want to know, all right, some of you are trading stocks, some of you are trading options, some of you are trading futures, and it's great. All right, you can make money in all of them. What I'm going to ask you to do is give Forex a try. Now, in order for you to do that, it's got to be worth your time. So my question for you is this. What's going to make it worth your time? What number do you have in mind? Hey, if I'm going to spend time doing something, I have to make at least X amount of dollars a month or else it's a waste of time. Okay, you've got a number in mind. Can you tell me what it is? All right, I want you to type a number in the chat box. Some of you, you're saying, hey, if I can make an extra 1,000 or 2 a month, that's worth my time, right? Some of you are saying, hey, if I can find a market I can make my, replace my income, 5, 6, 8,000 a month, that's what I'm looking for. You've got a number in mind. Can you tell me what it is? That way I'm going to have a target to shoot at for the next hour. I'll tell you if it's achievable and I'll show you how. But go ahead, type that number in the box. Let me get to know you for a second, all right? Maybe this sounds different than your last webinar. Maybe it's supposed to. All right, go ahead and do that. Type in a number. John says, give me 2,000 a month and I'm good. Rob wants to go a little higher, 8,500 a month. Why? Because you multiply that by 12, you got 100,000. Rob, that's a good number. Good for you for thinking about it. 3,000 to start. That's somebody who's thought about this, right? You're not going to have the bag of money drop from the sky, and you know you got to develop a little bit, and that's fine. All right, but if I can do 3,000 a month, I'm happy to get started. Perfect. Good answer. Sam, 5,000. Desmond, 5,000. Mark, give me 1,500. Let me pay my rent with it and give me a little breathing room so I can get a pizza once in a while. Okay, all those numbers are achievable. That's what I want you to know. But I need you to understand something, all right? Most traders who come to me, right, they want to make between 2,000 and 8,000 a month. That's fine, all right? What I'm going to tell you is this. It's going to require a little bit of commitment. Now, what I'm going to tell you is, with what I show you today, all right, it's going to take you maybe 15 to 30 minutes a day for you to master this market. All right, once I put this in your pocket, that's the commitment that's going to be required for you to get that number. My question for you is this. Are you willing to make that commitment? All right, if I can show you something that works, would you commit to doing 15 to 30 minutes a day on it so you can get that 1,500, 3,000, 8,000 a month? All right, that's a yes or no question. Type your answer in the box, okay? And I'm not trying to insult your intelligence. Listen, all right, everybody knows that you're going to have to put something into this. All right, you're going to have to make some investment of time, and you want a return on your investment. I got it, okay? I'm telling you that, the bag of money is not going to fall from the sky. You're going to have to do a little something. But I'll show you a way to do this without having to turn your life upside down if you're committed to doing that. If I can show you something that works, what do you think? Would you do that? Good. Look at that. Good, good. All right, good. Now my screen's lighting up. You're willing to do it, then let's get the ball rolling, all right? One thing I want to do is I want to introduce the president of our company to you just so you know who you're dealing with. That's the chief. Some of you have already seen him before. Here's a guy that made a couple of $1 million very early on trading the Forex market. A lot of people like you came to him. They wanted help, okay? A lot of people said, look, you're doing it. Can you show me, can you tell me how to do it too? His first thought was, let me write a book. All right, he wrote a book on trading the Forex, became a best-selling book. But what he found was this. Investors like you needed something more than just written information. All right, you can tell me anything. But what they were hoping is that they could take a step forward, and they said to him, can you show this to me? Can we do something together? Is there a way that we could do this direct and live and hands-on? That's why he created this outfit. All right, it's to take you from just that learning part, the book learning, all right, the strategies and the vocabulary and so forth, but translate into an active endeavor where you turn it into real profits in real time. All right, that's why he created this group. Now, he's counting on me to get you started today because that's where I got to take you. All right, I got to take you from learning, which we're going to do, into trading. All right, and we'll do this in about an hour. All right, you'll be talking like a trader by the time we're done. In fact, listen, I'm going to teach you more about flat out making money, all right, in the Forex market than 99% of the people on the planet. And I'm pretty confident you haven't seen what I'm going to show you. Because if you had, you'd already be doing it. All right, I'm going to get you talking like a trader. I'm going to put a tool right on your desk today. I'm going to demonstrate the tool live in the market. All right, I'll show you what all the buttons do. Know this, all right, when I'm done demonstrating it, what's going to happen at the end, you want to do this, we'll get you a download link for it and let you try it for 60 days. Make sure that everything I show you works and that you can do it, okay? What's the point of all this? To get you prepared, all right? I want to get you prepared to trade with our traders. Write this date down. The first day is going to be next week on the 15th. Now, why did we pick that day? Because next week on the 15th, the European Central Bank meets. The European Central Bank's going to make a decision when it comes to the euro, when it comes to the pound, and that's going to push this market till the end of the year. All right, I'm going to show you today why that's a catalyst for us to be able to make money right through Christmas. And I'm going to do it live. Listen, the market's open. So if I'm going to show you anything, I'm not going to tell you stuff. I want to show it to you live so you can actually see it in real time. I think that's a big deal. I hope you do too. All right, and if everything I say makes sense to you today, all right, if you say to yourself during the time we're together, hey, that works, I can do it, let's get started, you'll be able to get started with this today. And the best part is, all right, no matter what I show you, you'll be able to try it out. All right, you'll be able to try it out risk-free for 60 days. And on top of that, and nobody else does this, all right, if you decide to make the decision, to the commitment to come and trade with us, we'll commit to you too. All right, we'll commit to you in writing, and I'll talk more about this at the end. But I want you to know how this is worth your time and effort and attempt, okay? Because you come trade with us in that 60 days, we're going to show you some profit, period, all right? And if we don't, all right, we'll send you a check for $2,000 for taking the time to come and give it a shot. All right, that's kind of putting your money where your mouth is, but we know what we have works. We've been at it 22 years, and the fact is you don't get 22 years of longevity unless you know what you're doing. All right, so I'm going to introduce myself again real quick. That's my smiling face. You'll be hearing my voice throughout today. All right, I'm Joe Cavallaro. Been trading markets since I graduated college. I'm licensed in all of them. I know the difference between the stock market, the commodities, futures, and Forex market. What I'm going to tell you is this. The Forex market, gang, is built for your success. Okay, if you had a blank sheet of paper as a trader, all right, as somebody who's looking to just flat out make a buck doing this stuff, and you said, I need this, 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 and this, and that would be my perfect market, I'm going to tell you something. The Forex, different than all the other ones, will give you every available advantage. Okay, we're going to talk about all of that stuff today. All right, I've been a principal at a couple firms. I've been a prop trader. They trusted me with 7- and 8-figure accounts. Why? Because once I lock into a formula that works, I just keep doing it. All right, when you show that kind of track record, they let you manage people. All right, when I managed trading desks, what was my job? Make sure those people did the formula. All right, a lot of people come to me saying, can you make me a trader? I know I can. I've done this for years. All right, so I'm going to help you today. All right, I'm going to help you today, and I got the vehicle to do it. That's why I get excited about it. That's why they let me talk to you here at Investor Inspiration. All right, why are we going to talk about the Forex? For you, for your purposes, it's going to give you every available advantage. First one, write it down. It's leveraged. All right, when you got a leverage market, this one's leveraged at 50 to 1. What it means is you don't have to bring a lot of money to this one to make a whole lot of noise. Write this down. $2,000 trading capital, that's all you'll ever need. All right, $2,000. If you can slide $2,000 over from your stock trading account over to a Forex account, that's all the capital you're ever going to need to trade this market and crush it. All right, I'll show you today. If you're saying, well, I don't know if I want to commit $2,000 to this, I'll show you today how you can start with $200. All right, $200 and still make a whole lot of noise. Now, what do you mean by that? $200, what can I do with that? I'll show you. All right, you can't do much with that in the stock market. What are you going to do? Buy 2 shares of Apple and hope for the best? No. This market, $200 has a lot of meaning. Wait till you see how this is put together. It's really cool. And it's liquid. All right, market's liquid. It's open 24 hours. What does that mean to you? Number one, you can get in and out in 1 second or less whenever you want to. All right, that's going to lower your risk. Number two, market doesn't close, which means what? There's no gaps of time, no gaps of price. All right, market trades through every price. It's not like the stock or options market. Market closes, Apple gives you a bad announcement, the stock drops 10 points, you can't get out of it. You see what I mean? That's an illiquid situation. In this market, it's open around the clock. So not only does that lower your risk, but it's also convenient. You're in Indiana, no big deal, market's open. All right, it's open now. 2 in the morning, great time to trade. No kidding, wait till you see it. It's really cool. All right, upside, phenomenal. We're going to talk about that because that's the fun part. That's why you're here. All right, but none of this will make any sense unless I can protect your downside. Listen to this carefully, okay? I understand you have very little patience for risk. I understand you have very little patience for throwing your hard-earned money against the wall and hoping that it sticks. Me too, all right? I'm not going to waste your time today. I'll show you how this market protects your downside, and at the end, if you just say, you know what, that makes sense, I'm going to give it a shot, perfect, all right? Because there's not much I got to teach you to get you going. As a matter of fact, listen, I can turn you into a trader in about 5 minutes. Watch this. If you know your major currencies, you're already cooking with oil. All right, if you know your major currencies, you're already about 90% of the way there, and we can talk. Why? Because 90% of your trading is going to go through these currencies. If you know them, great. If you don't, jot them down.
All right, I'll give you 10 seconds to do that. These are the currencies you're going to trade 90% of the time. Canadian, Euro, Pound, Yen, Swiss, and Australian. Canadian, Euro, Pound, Yen, Swiss, and Australian. Okay? If you know those, you're 90% of the way there. Now, are there other currencies? Yes, and we'll get fancy later. We'll get a little more exotic. We'll trade the New Zealand dollar or the Mexican peso, all right? But for today, let me build your foundation here because that's going to be the best way to spend your time, okay? Now, what do you need to know? If you're going to trade this market, there's only one thing you have to know, and that's exchange rates, all right? Most of you have been traveling. You've been to the bank. You've been to the airport. You already know what an exchange rate is just by looking at it. Okay, if you know just by looking at this information that you can trade the currency on the left for the currency on the right at the going rate, we're good. Okay, now the only thing I have to do is add one little piece of information here so you're talking like a trader. What do I mean? Most people look at an exchange rate and they think like tourists, right? That's all dollars and cents. I can trade the euro for the dollar, I get $1.12 back, right? Traders want to talk a little bit different. We want to look at the last two decimal places, these two over here, all right? These are called, not the dollars or cents, we call these the pips. That stands for price interest point, okay? Price interest point, that's where the profit is. When the exchange rate moves up and down, it's not going to move by dollars or cents at a time. It's going to move out here at the third and fourth decimal place, all right? Every time it moves up or down, that's what we're looking to capture. We're looking to capture as many of those pips as possible. Okay, now what makes the exchange rate move up and down? I'm just going to keep going. I know I'm going quickly, but I want to make this a full hour for everybody. All right, what makes exchange rates move up and down? It's all about strength and weakness. I'll give you an example. You hear on the news, the pound is weak. What's happening? The exchange rate's falling, right? If you hear the euro is strong, what's going to happen? The exchange rate's going to go up. Pretty simple. All right, give you an example. If the exchange rate goes from 112.35 up to 112.85, you know what that is? That's a difference of 50 pips. So now you know where to find them. That third and fourth decimal place, that's where the profit is. All right. So now the only thing you have to know beyond this is what you're going to be trading. All right. You're going to trade currencies in lots. Last thing you got to write down. Trading lots of currency. All right. In the stock market, we would talk about shares, right? We're going to buy or sell 100 shares, 1,000 shares. Currency market, we're going to talk about lots. Every time you buy or sell, you're going to be trading a lot of currency, right? What's it worth? It's actually a position that's worth $100,000. Write that down, all right? Every time you buy or sell a currency in a lot, you're going to be moving a position that's worth $100,000. Now, that's a big number, okay? Let me make sense out of it for you. In the old days, if you and I were going to talk about getting you started trading currency market, I would have said, great, let's crack open an account. You got to put $100,000 in it because that's what you need to buy or sell a lot of currency. All right? That limited the opportunity for individual investors. Okay? But here's why it's different anymore. All right? Why it's different now is because of leverage. Okay? Here's what's going to happen to get you started. You're going to open an account. I'll show you how in a minute. Okay? It's easy. It takes 5 minutes. All right? When you open that account, you're going to deposit a little bit of trading capital. Now, let's say you put $2,000 into the account, okay? What's going to happen is this. The broker that you work with, the broker that you opened the account with, is going to match your deposit 50 to 1, meaning for every dollar you put in, they're going to match it 50 times. Well, how does that help you? Just do the math. Your deposit, right, times 50, look at that. That equals 100,000. That's one lot of currency, so now you're in the game. So what's the point? The point is this. You need the broker to provide you the leverage. The nice part is they do it. All right, that's just how this works. Now, you want to see how easy it is to open an account? Check this out. All right, you're going to open an account with one of the Forex brokers. You'll go to their website. Here, I'll bring one up for you right now. I'll bring up a couple of them for you. Get ready to take notes, okay? No matter where you are, the groups that I'm about to show you are brokers that are worldwide. So you'll be able to open an account. I'll give you a couple that you can investigate. We're not a broker, okay? So you need one of these. I figure I'll just give you a couple that you can look up after we're done. Right? Let's say you go to awanda.com. Who are they? Forex broker out of Toronto, Canada. Okay? If you go to their website and you click on open a trading account, what's going to happen is a little form pops up. It says sign up in minutes. What do you have to do? You fill out your name, email address, pick a username and password. Once you send in this little form, what's going to happen is in your email, they're going to send you a download link. Okay? A download link with that username and password attached to it. What you're going to download is this. Okay, this is a trading platform, all right? A trading platform, this is where you're going to do your trading. Now, what does it look like? It looks just like your stock trading account. A little different because it's currencies, but check it out. Let's go on a little walking tour, all right? Over here, you got your currencies. There's the euro, there's the pound, right? There's the Australian, the yen, the Swiss, and the Canadian. Easy, okay? Down below, a couple of exotic combinations. What do you got here? You got a picture of the currency you're going to be trading. Nice little chart. This is the euro on the 5-minute chart, right? If I want to look at a different currency, let me look at the yen, maybe on the 30-minute chart, right? You can switch that around as needed. And what's up here? Up here, you've got a place to keep score, all right? You're going to download one of these platforms. This is where you're going to trade. You want to see how easy it is mechanically to trade? Look over here. You got a buy button and a sell button. Buy button and a sell button, okay? Watch how easy it is to buy a currency. Let's say you're going to trade the yen. Okay, now that it's up on the screen, I'll just do that one, right? We'll do a little short-term trade while we're together. A little 5-minute chart. Check this out. If I want to buy the yen, I come over here to my buy button and I click on it, okay? As soon as I do that, order ticket pops up to buy the Japanese yen. Now, how much am I going to buy? If I'm trading one lot of currency, okay, that's a $100,000 position. As soon as I fill that out, I come down here and hit submit. Boom. 1 second or less, my order's executed. Okay, I've executed the order, right? Now it's up here in my score sheet. There's the US dollar yen, right? I bought it, right? I got $100,000 worth, all right? A little bit of mine and a whole lot of the leverage, but that got me in the game. And look down here, I got a little triangle. That marks on the chart where my trade is. Just that simply, I'm in the market, and that's exactly what you're going to have to do, all right? You download the thing, you go ahead and have a place to do your trading. All right, now a couple of you are wondering, well, how come it's negative right away? Write this word down, spread. Write this down. I'm going to tell you everything, guys, because you need to know it. You need to know exactly how it works. Spread, you know what that is? That's like a tip, a toll, a commission, whatever you want to call it. All right, you're going to pay a couple of pips on every trade that you do. That's what the broker collects from you in order to provide you the leverage. So when you're trading, I'm trading, anybody's trading the Forex, you're going to pay that up front, okay? In return, the broker provides you the leverage. So you're going to have to take care of that. That's an expense, okay? How do you know how much it is? It's listed right here, right? Depends on the currency you're trading, but more often than not, it's between 1 and 2 pips. The more exotic you get, the bigger that spread is. You see that one there? That's 4 pips, right? But the fact is, you're going to pay a little bit of commission dollars in order for them to give you the leverage. If that makes sense, do me a favor. Let me check in with you. Are you keeping up so far? If you are, just type yes in the chat box so I can keep going with more information. I don't want to lose anybody at this point because I know we're excited, but it's pointless if the train leaves the station and you're not on it. All right, I don't want you running behind, chasing your hat, right, with the newspaper blowing in the air. I want you comfortable. So let me know if you can handle this part so far. You good? Type yes if you're good. Yes, 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 good. Mark, I see you, Tabitha, Michael, Mark again, Rob, Derek, Sam, Randy, good. Okay. Where else can you go to open an account? Let me just cover that real quick so we can get that part on in your notes. I showed you Oanda. Here's another group, Forex.com. Why would I mention them? They're the biggest in the world, all right? They're the biggest. They know it. And the fact is they probably got the best service, all right? What you do to open an account, there's the same thing. Click on Open an Account, all right? Fill out the basic information. All the platforms look the same. You got a chart, you got a buy and sell button, and you got a place to keep score. All right? You open the account, you fill out basic information, pick the country that you're in, doesn't matter. If you're in Argentina, no problem. Right? You're in Hong Kong, no problem. Right? You're in Portugal, Qatar, no problem. All right? Basic info, they send you the link. And I'll give you one more. FXCM. All right? FXCM. All right, type that one in your notes also. Look at this. You can even download it to your tablet, your pad. It's all tech. It's great. All right, makes it real convenient. Now, what's this button up here? It says Practice Account. Check this out. All right, if you're brand new to this, I get it. Okay, if you're brand new, you're saying, well, if you're telling me your formula works, I want to test it out, try it out, make sure I know what I'm doing. Do this instead of opening an account with real money. Try this out. Open a practice account. What's that? Well, in a practice account, you do the same thing, name, email address, so forth, right? Tell them what country you're in, okay? It's the same form. But instead of you having to put money in it to get started, they'll send you the platform and they'll put some money in it, all right? $50,000 worth of play money, all right, so that you can practice what all the buttons do in real time, right? All the firms allow this, right? You can do it with FXCM or OANDA, right? And the fact of the matter is, hold on, let me find this. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Did I lose it? Did I lose it? There it is. Here, here, here. All right. You can practice in real time because everything's real. The prices are real. The graphs are in real time. It keeps score in real time. But in a practice account, the money's not real. All right. So that in that way, you can make sure you know what you're doing before you start with the real money. All right. Everybody, I think, gets that. I just wanted to make sure to point it out. All right. I think this is a great way to get started so that you can get your feet wet and prove the things that you need to prove before you start trading for real. All right, so now that you know what this is, I've only got one other thing I've got to cover before we go do some more trading. All right, and that's this. I know that when I started talking to you, all right, I was talking about trading lots of currency, $2,000 to get you started. Okay, now you're seeing the thing move up and down a couple of pips at a time. Let's just do an example so you know what the opportunity is. Let's say in this trade that you just did, all right, let's say it goes up 60 pips while you're in it. All right, write this down. If this goes up 60 pips, there they are in the third and fourth decimal place. Well, how much do you stand to make if this trade goes in your favor by 60 pips? The answer is this. You do the math. All right, one lot times 60 pips. How much does that equal? Pretty simple, right? $600. Which means what? All right, well, $600 on a $2,000 investment, that's a conversation worth having, and we're going to have it. All right, but the most important thing you need to know is the value of those pips. If it took you 60 pips to make $600, all right, it means each of the pips is worth 10. Write that down. Each pip is worth $10. Okay? You wrote that down? All right. One question that some of you are having is, well, I thought you said I could start with $200. It's true. If I start with 200 though, how can I trade lots? Here's the answer to that. You can't, okay? But there's still something you can trade where you'll still be able to participate in this market and still do it in a meaningful way. But you're not going to trade lots. You know what you're going to trade if you got $200? You'll trade what's called mini lots. Write that down. Mini lots, all right? A mini lot controls 10,000 worth of currency. So it's a smaller position. You got to bring a smaller amount of money. You got $200, right? You're still going to get 50 to 1 leverage. Okay, that equals 10,000. Now you're trading a mini lot of currency. What does it mean? Well, what it means is if that same trade goes up 60 pips, you're not going to make $600 on it. You're going to make 60 bucks. But on a $200 investment, that's still 30%. So that's still worth talking about, right? The point I'm making to you is this. This is a way for a lot of you to get started, right, in a way that's going to make sense to you. It's kind of a proving ground. And if you can make money with 200, right, then I'll show you how to make money with 2,000. Most important thing you need to know about mini lots is each of the pips is worth $1. Okay, each pip is worth $1. So it comes down to lots or mini lots. Which one do you pick? All right, that's up to you. You're always going to be in control of this because I can't trade your account for you. All I can do is show you stuff that works, and you're going to have to decide when it's time to push the button. All right, the size you trade is going to come down to confidence. All right, write this down. Confidence in your setup. That's the first thing. Okay, how confident are you in your setup? Is there just a little risk and a lot of reward? All right, just a little risk, that's going to make you more confident to do the trade. Does your system work? All right, that formula that I've been talking about. All right, do you have a team of people that you work with that knows the formula? Okay, and knows how to make money, can show you how to do it. If you got confidence in that formula and you've seen it work, then you're going to be able to press the button. It's just an equal equation, right? And really confidence in yourself. Because at some point you're going to have to push the button, gang. There's no other way around it. All right, I hope you understand that. At some point you're going to have enough information to be able to say, okay, I'm going to give this a shot. All right, you'll start small, but the better you get, the more confidence you're going to have. You're going to be able to trade bigger size. All right, now you'll always be asking this question: does this even work? All right, in this case, here's what I'm going to show you. All right, people like Peter Cook, right, are going to trade and show you that this stuff works. Now, just hang with me a minute. I'm going to show you a good example of a good-looking trade. Here's a guy that was confident, right? Came to a webinar, got the tools, got started, all right? Leveraged our experience so that even though he was new, he could learn on the fly and make some money in the meantime. He posted this note on Facebook, all right? This is going to help you because when you see other people that are doing the formula, what's happening? With every trade, they're proving the efficacy of it, and they're doing it with their money, not yours, okay? That's huge. So you'll ask yourself if this works. All right, first off, let me show you what he did. He said, okay, I'm going to trade with these guys, all right? He's trading with Josh, write down the name, a mentor with a formula, okay? Second, what does he do? He follows a plan, right? Nothing complicated, right? There's no secrets here, okay? It's just a formula. He's following a plan. What's his plan look like? He bought the currency, all right? You already did that, bought the currency, right? We did a trade. We did the yen, remember that? What does he do next? He protects both sides of it and then leaves it alone. Now let me walk you through this, because every trade you do is going to look exactly like this, all right? With every trade you do in the Forex, you're going to buy something, okay? The minute you do, though, what's going to happen? All the space down here after you buy something is risk. What you want to do is say, look, if I buy this and it doesn't work out, right, I want to build a floor underneath my trade to protect me. This way, if it goes against me, I don't fall off of a cliff, right? I'm protected. Now, what did he decide? Well, after he got this trade, he said, I'm willing to take a little bit of risk. I'll risk 10 pips. So now the downside's protected. What else does he do? He protects the other side of the trade too. This is the thing that most people, even veteran traders, this is the one thing that most people miss. So pay close attention to this. Not only does he protect the downside, and that's important, right? You hear it all the time, protect the downside, protect the downside. He also protects his upside, right, with what's called a target order or a limit order. Write that in your notes, because here's what I got to tell you, all right? There's no one trade that's going to buy your castle. There's no one trade that's going to buy your fancy sports car or your boat or all those fun things that you're dreaming about, all right? Trading is about finding something that works for profit, right, and repeating that profitable exercise over and over and over again. If I can get you to the point where you understand that, I'm going to change all of your results. Okay, if you're struggling to make a profit, what I need you to understand is every trade offers a certain amount. You set that target, and then just like your downside's protected, if it goes against you, automatically you're out with a small loss. If you've got your upside protected and that target gets hit, automatically you have a nice gain, goes right into your account, okay? Then you leave it alone because you don't have to stare at the screen. This is not designed for you to be tied to your computer. This is not designed for you to stare at every pip in the market. Look, this trade is one we got on right now. Okay, and look, it's up $5. We've been in it for 10 minutes, and it's up $5. We don't have to stare at it, all right? What we're going to do is let the trade do its thing, and it can only do one of two things. It can go up or it can go down. If it goes up, you got a nice gain, okay? If it goes down, you get a small loss. That's the end of it, okay? I got to show you something that works so that you can see opportunity, and of course I showed you a good one, right? Of course I showed you one where the guy sent us a note and he made money on it. You know why? Because I want you to see what's possible. But you got to make sure that you're trading properly, okay? I got to believe that you've already made the decision to do this, all right? You made the decision to trade the markets, okay? You made the decision. Now I got to just show you how to do it the right way, all right? Let me ask you a question. Risk and reward, does that make sense to you? In other words, if you had a trade using a formula and a mentor and somebody that had a proven track record, they came to you and said, hey, let's go make some money. Would you take a trade that looked like this? Would you risk, what did I say, 10 pips to make 80 pips? Would you risk 10 pips to make $800? I want you to type an answer to that one. Because what I'm trying to find out right now is, all right, would you get your head around that as a risk to reward thing? Right? Would that make sense to you? If somebody came to you and said, hey, I got a formula that works, let's go trade, you got to risk 10 pips to make 800. Does that sound like something you might do? If it does, type yes in the box. Okay, now if you're not sure, type not sure. That means you need more information, and I'll show it to you. Okay, what do you think? Does that work? Yes, yes. Look at that. I'm reading the answers. Yes, good. Tom, Kevin, Aaron, yes, yes. Ahmed, not sure. Don't worry. All right, you need more information. You know what you probably need, Ahmed, right? You probably need to see it, okay? Because the fact of the matter is, look at, all right, look, here's the trade that you're in right now on the dollar yen. This was your first go around. Let me bring it up on the 1 minute chart so you can really get a look at it, all right? That's your entry point, and this is where we're moving right now. So you're up on it by $70, $75, okay? Good looking trade, but look down here. All this is risk. You're not protected. Look up here. You got no place, no target. You're just kind of floating in the breeze. Here's what you're going to do to make this a better trade. It's 2 clicks away. Watch this. You're going to come up here to the trade. You're going to click on it. Your order ticket's going to pop up again. But you're not going to close the trade. If you did, great. We got $95. We go out and get a nice steak dinner, okay? Which is not bad considering we've been in the trade for 10 minutes, okay? This is how quickly things can happen. But the fact is, all right, I don't want to close this trade right this minute. What I want to do is modify it, okay? When I modify it, it gives me an opportunity to put in a stop loss, all right? Because I don't want to risk a whole lot. I want to risk a little. right? It gives me an opportunity to put in a target order. What are we at here? 166 was our entry, so 191 will mean, all right, we could make $250 on this while we're together. What do you think? Does that sound reasonable for an hour's work? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to fill those fields in and then hit submit. Now look, automatically when I hit the button, in 1 second, I got a floor, okay? I've also got a ceiling, okay? This way, if the thing goes against me, this is as far down as I can go. So I'm only risking from my entry point 5 pips, okay, to make 25 pips. That's 5 to 1 risk to reward. That's good trading. This is a good-looking trade. All right, now if you don't like where the floor is, watch how easy this is. You don't have to be fancy. You just click on it, right? No extra order tickets to fill out or any extra vocabulary. Click on it, modify it, raise your stop, right? Now if I raise my stop right now to break even, guess what? This just became a risk-free trade, okay? Risk-free meaning what? Even if it comes down to my floor now, I can't lose. So I can let this thing run all day. As far as that goes, I can modify my ceiling if I want to. And there it is, right? Move it to wherever I want just by clicking on it. You see how easy that is? That's the beauty of this compared to other markets. All right? If you're new, you don't have time to learn all kinds of vocabulary, you want to get down to trading, this is how you do it. That's a good trade, right? We're up $100. We could take it, right? That's worth our while. Or we can let it ride for a little bit. I'm going to let it run, right? What's the worst that can happen right now? I'm going to break even, right? Maybe I'll protect a little of it so we can at least go to McDonald's, right, on our profit from this one. Pretty good? You guys keeping up? If you are, type a Y in the box. Type the letter Y in the box, all right? Because I gotta go forward now because I know what we did on this trade, right? We just picked one of the currencies so I could show it to you as an example. Happened to work out, all right? I got to get this a little more specific so you know what to buy it, when to sell it, exactly how to do this, all right? This is where you really need to pay attention. You guys ready? Good, good. Then let's go. All right, the only thing you need to know is this. I got to put this tool on your desk today. This is the tool that we use. This is the tool that we designed. We got over $1 million we invested in this thing, all right? Every trader worldwide that works with our group uses this so that we are all singing off the same sheet of music, all right? There's nothing worse than fumbling around with a different system when your trading team is working with another one. So as a rule of thumb, all right, every trader we got on our team is going to be trading with this. You'll get this on your desk today. All right, check it out. I'll take you on a tour on this. Now, what's software got to do? All right, it's got to be more than red light, green light. It's got to tell you what you need to know clearly so you can trade, so you have confidence, right? What do you need to know? Which way are we going? When do we get in? When do we get out? If the software can do all that, you just push the button, all right? What does the Forex market do for you that's going to make this the market you want to trade? I got to have you understand that this is different than any other market. This market does the same things over and over and over again. This market develops patterns, right? And we're going to be able to read these patterns very clearly using the blue and white candlesticks, all right? Candlesticks. Some of you know what these are. Let me keep it simple, okay? The candlesticks are the blue and white things. White ones show the market going up, right? Blue ones show the market going down. First thing you notice, never goes straight up or straight down. It moves in waves, right? Develops patterns. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. I need an answer. If there was a tool that you could use, okay, that could look at a chart and it could measure the amount of energy, right? Let's say going from a low price to a high price, right? We're going to look at a pattern. We'll call it ABCD. See this here, low price, high price. Then it pulls back to a low price and moves to a high price. You see that? Let's look at that here. We'll highlight a pattern. We'll call it ABCD. Right, where we start at a low price, move to a high price, pull back to a low price, and move to a high price. You all see this pattern? If there was a tool that could measure the energy in the market, that pushed it from point A to point B, okay, and the same tool could also measure the amount of energy building up in the market from point B to point C, so that the tool could tell you before it happened which way the market was going next, do you think that would be helpful? If you do, type yes in the chat box. I'll ask you again. If there was a tool that could measure the energy from A to B and also the energy building up in the market from B to C, so that that tool could take those measurements and before it happened tell you which way the market was going next, do you think that would be a helpful tool? If you do, type yes in the chat box. I'll get a sip of water while you think about it. It's not a trick question. It's a serious question. All right? Nobody has time for trick questions. Okay? Yeah. Of course it would be helpful. If this could tell us which way the market was going, that'd be half the battle, right? Well, how about this? What if the same tool could also tell you not just which way it was going, but how far before it happened? You're like, yeah, show me that. Well, guess what? There is such a tool. All right, it's built into the program. Some of you already know what that tool is. For the rest of you, I'm going to tell you what it's called. It's called the Fibonacci tool. Write that in your notes. Very important. The Fibonacci tool, Fibonacci sequence. Okay? Fibonacci, right? Who is that? Italian mathematician. No, he doesn't work here. This guy lived many hundreds of years ago. Okay? But what did he come up with? He came up with a mathematical formula. All right? He came up with a system of numbers, okay, that can literally be used to measure everything in nature. Okay? Fibonacci came up with a numerical sequence that could measure everything in nature, from the number of scales on a fish to the number of petals on a sunflower, right? We use the Fibonacci sequence to measure the human body, right? Symmetry, the length of our arms, length of our legs, the shape of your ear, listen, is a Fibonacci sequence. It's really cool how it works. Google it after we're done, okay? What you need to understand is we can apply this series of numbers to measure every living thing. And it's all about patterns and energy, okay? Well, 20 years ago, the chief said, wait a second, right? The Forex market is all patterns and energy. So if we can use this Fibonacci thing, right, and apply it to this market, and it works, that's going to be the key to making money, okay? He said, if that Fibonacci thing works here, we can make money with it. And the fact of the matter is, we've built our whole company on this, all right? The formula that we attach to this, so pay attention, okay? It's built into the program. The only thing you're going to need to know when you get this on your desk is how to identify a low price and a high price. Software is going to do the rest of the work, okay? Here's what's going to happen. You identify a low price and a high price and connect the two, that Fibonacci sequence is going to appear on your screen, and it's color-coded. Looks like a step ladder, right? And it's really easy to use. Watch this, okay? This Fibonacci sequence from A to B is measuring the amount of positive energy in the market. But what happens when it gets to that high price, B? You notice it runs out of gas, right? And it pulls back. It pulls back down here, right? The market takes a breather, and then it makes a U-turn. What I need you to notice is where the low price is in that U-turn. The very bottom of it is right here, okay? Right here. We're going to call that letter C, part of this pattern, part of this sequence, okay? What you need to see is this, and this is how you use the tool. That low price lines up with, right, one of these Fibonacci numbers, right? Some people call them Fibonacci energy levels. I call them trampolines. Here's why. Because I know how this works, right? I understand that when the market pulls back to that level, right, that very specific number, right, that Fibonacci number, I understand that it's going to act like a trampoline and it's going to bounce the market higher. All right, so now I know which way the market is going. And the neat part is, because this is color-coded, I know how far it's going to go. What do you mean? Well, if I bounce off a red trampoline, I understand that the market's going higher, and it's not going to stop till I get to this red number up here. Red to red, color-coded. If we bounce off a red trampoline, right, when we make that U-turn, that market's going up, and it's not going to stop till we get to this red number. Now, you're saying to yourself, how the heck do you know that? And I answered, because it's color-coded. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking the same thing I was. Joe, how do you even know which way it's going, let alone how far? Okay, let me show it to you. All right, first I'll show you how it works, then I'll show you that it does. I have to show you that it does, or else this is a waste of time, okay? Understand, I know because of the way the Fibonacci sequence works in this market, okay, that this market's going up, and it's not going to stop till it gets to the red line. Now, we're going to do example after example of this, okay? And I'm going to tell you that we're going to see examples, right, a little bit later, I'm sure of it, where the market actually goes from A to B, but when it pulls back lower, all right? If we see an example later where the market pulls back lower, all right, makes a U-turn, let's say way down here, lined up with the blue trampoline, what you need to understand is this, okay? That market's still bouncing, it's still going up, but it's only going to go to the blue level. How do you know that? Color-coded, red to red, blue to blue, okay? So that means obviously, right, if it dips all the way down here to the green trampoline, we're going to bounce off of that and we're going up here to the green level. So now you know how it works. Now you got to see that it does. All right, let me show this to you, then we'll go live, okay? What you need to understand is the market went from A to B and pulled back down here to letter C and made a U-turn, all right? The minute you recognize that, you have to understand that the market's going up. Not only is it going up, but it's going to go up to that red line sometime in the future, meaning from where you are to where you're going, right? Future D, A, B, C, D, right? To where you're going, that represents your profit opportunity, okay? Now, if that's your profit opportunity, listen, you got to put some numbers on it to make sure it's worth your time. Well, if my current price is 127, right, and my future price is 160, how do you know that? It says it right here. The tool helps you with that. This tells you exactly where you're going, right down to the pip, okay? If we're going to 160 and we're at 127, that's a difference of 3,351 pips, all right? Now, if you're trading a standard lot at $10 a pip, what are we talking about? $2,000 investment turns into 33 grand, all right? You have to look into that. That's way better than your mutual fund guy is talking about, right? What's he talking about, 8% a year? Okay, this is 33 grand. Okay, if this works, then this is something you got to be doing. Well, when I first saw this revealed, listen, when I first saw this revealed, I was astounded. Because not only did the market go, right to that red number, okay, just like the Fibonacci sequence said it would, but it went there right on the spot. And as soon as it got there, look at what happened to the candles. They changed color. They went from white to blue. What's happening there? Look, it's running out of gas. Why? Because it completed the sequence, A, B, C, D. Now what's happening? You got a blue candle. You know why? Because we're starting another sequence. And you have to understand, gang, this market does these sequences over and over and over again. Okay, not just in the euro on the 1 month chart that I'm showing you, but this works in all the currencies and all the time frames. Anybody can show you something once, right here. Look at this example. This works over and over again, this market using this tool, absolutely measurable. All right, you're going to see that it's repeatable. That's what you have to see, right? Show me something that makes money. Let me do it over and over again. That's what trading is all about. Okay, you got something that's measurable and repeatable, but the best part, okay, you're going to know it ahead of time. Right? This tool makes this market predictable. And the fact is, if you kept up with this part, okay, now the only thing left to do is go live, show you the formula. Let me marry this right to it, all right? Get caught up on your notes. We're going to go live. I'll show you the formula, ABC, 1, 2, 3. This is what we built our whole company on. Is this the only formula? No, but this is the one that's going to be your foundation, all right? If this is the only one you ever learn, great. Right, for my midterm traders, right, people that don't want to necessarily be day traders, but maybe trade a couple times a week, this will be perfect for you. All right, for my day traders, you're going to want to see this maybe in shorter term time frames. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of you. Okay, I'll show you that too. But let me show you how this works using the formula. All right, we'll go live in the market. You guys ready? If you are, look, if you're ready to go forward, type the word go. I got to make sure you're caught up on your notes, and I'm going to go ahead and bring up, right, how's our trade doing, somebody says. We're up 113 bucks, right? 115, right? Let's let that one ride. I'm going to protect a little of that. I want to protect a little of that because, right, there's no reason at this point for that not to be a moneymaker. So the worst I'm going to do on the trade that we're in now is I'm going to make $100, okay? But I want to see if that thing will do a little bit better. We'll put it off to the side. Go, go, go. Look at that. Everybody, right, ready to rock. Here's what you need to do. Keep up with me, all right? I got to show you 3 charts. If you can do 3 charts, you can do this. If you can do 3 charts and learn this, give yourself a shot at it. All right, wait till you see how this works. A lot of fun. We're going to do the euro first. That's the best example I can give you. All right, we're going to look at 3 charts, the 1 month, the 1 day, and the 2 hour. 1 month for direction, 1 day for confirmation, 2 hour, that's the one we're going to trade off of. All right, let's go. 1 month for direction. Ready? Here we go. This is the monthly chart on the euro, and this is where we're going to find our direction. Which way are we going? Okay? This is real time right over here. All right? I'm going to do something first, though. I got to prove that this works. All right? I got to show you this Fibonacci thing, and I can't just say it works over and over again. I got to show it to you. When you get this on your desk, here's what you're going to do. Okay? You are going to become an expert at looking for low prices and high prices and what we call U-turns. Okay? U-turns. Now, check it out. Every time you see a U-turn, and it just looks like the shape of the letter U, there's one there. See this? There's one there. Here's one, right? But it's upside down, right? When you see a U-turn, right, high price or a low price is associated with it, right? When you see that, I need you to give it a letter. Look at this here, right? This is a U-turn up here with a high price. Let's call that letter A, okay? Letter A, okay? What do you got down here? You got a low price, right? Let's call that letter B, okay? You got another one up here. That's a high price. Look at this. This is letter C, okay? Check this out. How do I make money with this? Let's say this is what you see right now. You got a high price and a low price. All you're going to do, to make this Fibonacci thing work is come up to your toolbar where this square is, right? It says Fibonacci Tools. Click on it. When you do, the Market Traders Institute Fibonacci Retracement Tool is right there. First thing on the list. Click on that, right? Little pen shows up. What I want you to do is very simple. Connect the 2 points, A and B. The minute you do that, look at that, the Fibonacci sequence appears. These are the Fibonacci numbers, very important. Okay, I want to get the whole sequence on the screen. There, okay, so there we are. What's it measuring? Negative energy in the market that carries it to this low price. What happens here? Runs out of gas, runs out of negative energy, and it actually makes a U-turn and pulls up here to this high price. All right, let me show you something. Where is that high price? Okay, I gave it a label because every time we see a high or a low, we give it a label. Okay, that high price is right here. That's letter C. What I want you to notice is this. Look what's happened. The market's come up to this point, right, and started to push downward. What's actually happened is the market came up to this red Fibonacci number, came up to this red energy level, and like an invisible force, right, the market actually bounced off of that energy level, that trampoline, and started pushing down, right? That's not by accident. This is how it works. What's happened is the market started pushing down in this direction. Now, according to what I've been telling you, it's not going to stop until when? Until it gets down here to this red price sometime in the future. Red to red. The market's bouncing off a red trampoline. It's going down. So that means, right, my future D is down here sometime in the future. All right? Well, if this is my present and this is my future, what it means is this area here, that's my profit opportunity. Okay? Let's put some numbers to it. What's my current price? Euro closed at 105.90. Okay? What's my future price? According to this, we're going down here to 82.97. 82.97. Let's put some numbers on that. All right? Get my calculator out. Hold on. Where's my calculator? There it is. If my current price is 105.90, okay, my future price is 82.97, right? The difference is 2,293 pips, okay? Almost 2,300 pips to the downside. If I trade this to the downside, I'm looking to make that number of pips. Now, if I'm trading a standard lot, $10 a pip, right, I'm looking at making $23,000 on a $2,000 investment, okay? If I'm doing a mini lot, I'm still looking at making $2,300, so we're talking about 2,300 divided by 200, we're talking about 1,100%. 1,100%. Okay? Well, that sounds pretty good. Let's see if it works. Fair enough. I don't need to say anymore. I got to show you. All right? Does this work? What you're going to notice is this. All right? The market continues as we go forward in time, going to the downside. Okay? It continues that negative push of energy. Until when? Well, until, right, it reaches a low price, and then it makes a U-turn. A U-turn, right? Told you you're going to be good at looking for those. That's a U-turn. Letter U. Okay? So what does it mean? It means, just like before, where we had a high price and a low price, we found another low price. Guess what we found? We found D. There it is. And I want you to see something. Okay? I want you to see where D is. You see this? You see this low price right here? D? D, right? Look what it lines up with. Lines up with that Fibonacci number. That's not a mistake. Okay? It lines up with the Fibonacci number because that's how this works. And what's happened is we've completed a sequence. Write that in your notes. A, B, C, D is a complete sequence. In fact, let me know that you followed that. Type A, B, C, D if you followed it. Okay? If you need me to do one more, let me know that too. But if you're following along, I need you to know this is the most important thing. This is what the whole foundation of this is built on. Okay? Now, if you're thinking, wow, that looks like it works, good. All right? I need to know you're following. A, B, C, D lets me know that. Type that in. You got it? Good. Good, Randy. Tabitha, Rob, Derek, Mark. Okay. Right? What's happened is a sequence has been fulfilled. Now what's happened? We've changed direction. Why? Because we're starting another sequence. Now listen, anybody can show you something once. Wait till you see this. All right? Because what you need to know is this. I was fascinated by this. I saw it the first time, and I was at the edge of my chair. I said, show it to me again. Okay, I'll show it to you again. There's nothing fancy. All you need to do is identify high prices, low prices, and U-turns. Look at what you got here. Okay? You've got a high price, a low price, and a U-turn. Okay? There's a low price there. That's the beginning of the sequence. Comes to a high price right here. You see this? Then what happens? We make another U-turn. So look what I found. I found ABC. Okay? ABC. What do you need to do to make money with this? Watch. Just go back up and get your Fibonacci tool. There it is, okay? Connect A and B again. There's your trampolines, okay? Let's see if it works. What's happened? The market's reached a high price and it's come down to here before it made a U-turn. So we've identified C. Look what it lines up with. C lines up with this green trampoline. You see that? So what does it mean? Well, if we bounce off the green trampoline, we're going up, okay? Sure as heck looks like we're going up. And according to this, we're not going to stop till we get to the green level up here, okay? That's our profit opportunity. What's my current price? 91.01, right? What's my future price? I just drag my mouse over this. It shows it to me, 98.47. So put the calculator up here again, just real quick, okay? Make sure this is worth your time, okay? 98.47 is where we're going. 91.01 is where we are. If I go long here, I'm looking at 746 pips. I'm looking at $7,500 on a standard lot, right? Even if I do a mini lot, I'm looking at 375%. Well, that doesn't look bad. If it works, show it to me. Look, it works over and over and over again, all right? All you got to do is go forward in time to prove it. Now, what's happening here? What's happening is that energy off the green trampoline pushes the market higher. Now, nothing goes straight up or down, okay? Make sure you understand that. Nothing moves in a straight line. We wish that it did. But in this case, what do we got? Higher low, right? Higher high. Market moves to a high price, and then it changes direction, okay? Why? Because it ran out of gas. But look where it ran out of gas. Look where this ran out of gas, right at the green trampoline. So now I've shown you that it works once in a downtrend and once in an uptrend. It's awesome. And when you start to see, look at, when you start to see that the thing works over and over and over again, what you've got to decide at some point is you've got enough confidence to try this, okay? Now, to save time, I don't want to draw out all of these. I mean, I could, right? Look at, you got a low price and a high price. Now, why did I draw it there? Because energy is continuous. You had A, B, C, D. It completed the sequence. So now what do? You got to bring that energy forward, right? You got to include it in the new sequence. So this is now A, right? The high price is now B. See this? Okay. What's happened? The market has dipped down here and made a U-turn. See that beautiful looking U-turn right here? Okay. Came down to the red trampoline. Where's it supposed to go? It's supposed to go red to red. Hey, look at that. It did it again. As soon as it gets there, what happens? Changes direction. Why? Because now we're on another sequence. Okay? So what do? Gang, you just keep doing this. Okay? Here, I can draw it out for you. Right? Low price, A. High price, B. What happens? You see the U-turn? We came down to a red trampoline. These are not accidents. This is happening because these numbers are so significant. Okay? When we come down to this level and we see that it bounces off the red trampoline, right? Where's it supposed to go? It's supposed to go to the red one in the future. Look at that. Went right to it. Amazing. Not amazing. That's just how it works. Can't be that simple. Why not? Everybody wants to make trading complicated. Trading is not complicated. Think about this. Think about the traders that you know that make a lot of money, right? Half of them you're thinking, how does that guy even get out of bed during the day? He can't even match his socks. And he's got that boat, right? Why is that? It's because trading is simple. It's not hard. All right? Most people want to complicate it because they think it's elusive to them, so it must be complicated. When in fact, the easy part, this is the thing that if I can get you to understand, I can make you an awesome trader. You got to understand this is probably easier than you're making it. You're complicating your mind, right? Go with what works. This sure looks like it works. Take a look, take a look, take a look. Look, look, look. I've been showing this to you on the monthly chart. I've just shown you that this worked from back in March of 95, okay? From March of 95, we just came forward to 2005. I just showed you that this worked 10 years in a row, okay? 10 years in a row, okay? And I know what you're thinking. Well, what about the presidential election? Well, we had 4 of those during this 10 years or whatever, 96, 2000, 2004. Fibonacci still worked, right? What about the typhoon or the hurricane? I'm sure there was a couple of those that still worked. How about that internet bubble? That's in there too, guys, right? What about the recession afterwards, 2002? That's in there also. Fibonacci takes into account all of that. All of that stuff is financial energy, and it's in there. Okay? So now you've got to make a decision on whether or not you're confident enough to at least give this a try. And I'm going to put you to the test right now. You ready for this? Showed this to you for 10 years. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and put a Fibonacci on this, and I'm going to ask you a question. Okay? Check it out. Check it out. Right? Low price, high price. You know how this works. Okay? What's happened? Markets come down to a low price. There it is, and it's made a U-turn. There's no doubt about it. All right? This is a U-turn. Okay? You see the low price, it's right here at the red level. What's this telling you? This is telling you that if this holds water, okay, the market's going up. It's bouncing up, and it's not going to stop till we get here to 154. 154. Where are you now? 125. Okay, call it 126. You get a bad entry price, you're at 126. Okay, but if this works, okay, and you do a one-lot trade, that's $2,000 invested, okay, and it goes up 2,800 pips, you're looking at making 28 grand. Okay, if you do a standard or a mini lot even, okay, you're still talking about $2,800. Either way, it's 1,400%. Here's my question. Do you have enough information to give it a shot? If you do, here's what I want you to do. Type a number in, because I'll let you decide how much you want to do. You got to be comfortable. Okay, are you comfortable enough to do a mini lot on this trade right now and see if it works? If you are, type the number 200. You're going to risk $200. Okay, and if you're saying, well, Joe, you showed me enough, right? Worked for 10 years in a row. I'll go ahead and put 2,000 on it. Let me know that that's what you want to do. All right. Worst case scenario, it doesn't work. Worst case scenario, you're going to lose $200 if you do a mini lot. Is it worth the $200 or a standard $2,000 to see if this works and you can make money? Okay. Worst case, you lose $2 grand. Best case, you make 28. Type in a number, because I want to see what you'd be willing to do. With 10, am I giving you enough info? Go ahead. What are you going to do? Two of you would risk $200. There's 2,000. You know what's frightening to me is we're talking hypothetically, guys, right? And you're clinging to $200. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. I don't know if I have enough information. Really? This isn't even a real example. I don't know you. You don't know me, right? All I'm asking you is let's have a little fun with this, because the worst that can happen to you is you find out if this works or not. All right? If you just put in 2,000, guess what? Guess what? Okay? Of course I'm going to show you something that works. I'm the host. I got to show you stuff that works or else you're not going to be here. Of course it worked. You know why? It's not a magic trick. You know what this is? That's the Fibonacci at work. If you risked it, you just made $28,000. Okay? If you didn't, you got to at some point have enough confidence to be able to do this. So now I've got to put it together for the rest of you. Okay? And you're going to be able to see that you can do this, because watch. All right? It just worked again. It works in up markets and down markets. Well, what happened there? Why did it change direction? Because the sequence is over. A, B, C, D. Now we start another sequence. You understand this, right? And what happens? Well, let's see. The market goes from a high price to a low price, right? And then it comes up to a high price. So what's happened here? We got a reversal. Does it work in both directions? Of course it does. It's the Fibonacci sequence. There's A, there's B, there's C. Blue line, right? Blue line. Where's this supposed to go? This is supposed to go from what? From here, blue. It's supposed to go down to blue in the future. Let's see if it does. Just go forward in time. Doesn't go straight up or down, but look what happens. It goes down to the blue, and then guess what? It completes the sequence, and now we're changing direction. Why do we need the monthly chart? To find out which way we're going right now. Now that you've got the knowledge, you've done the hard part, okay? And I had to go through that to bring you up to speed. You now have the hard part done. What I need you to do now is understand that now it's time to get serious and go trade it, okay? Now you're ready for the formula. Which way is the market going right now? Well, I see it trending downward. So what? Right? We're not worried about trends, okay? We're worried about energy. Which way is the energy going? Well, I'm not sure. Okay, if you're not sure, what I want you to do is this. Go over here to this tool, right? That's called a SMART tool. It's underneath our logo, right? The SMART Fibonacci. If you're not sure which way the market's going, all you need to do is click on this and go find a low price, and it'll tell you which way the market's going, right? Boom. There it is. It's going to tell you which way the market's going right now. All right? Look, I'll do that again. Check this out. I drew all these individually. Watch what this SMART tool does, okay? See this? Get the SMART tool, right? Go find a high price or a low price and click on it. It'll draw all the sequences in a row with precision so you don't have to. So if you want to know where you are now, this is where you are now. So let's figure out where we are and which way we are going. Direction is the key. We got a high price or low price and a high price, and we've come back down to where? We've come back down to here and made a U-turn. Everybody can see it. Look where this lines up with. Lines up with the green trampoline, which means what? Which means we're bouncing off that green trampoline, gang. And look at higher lows, higher highs. You see it? We're going up. And we're not stopping until we get to that green line. How do you know? Because this works. I just showed you that it works for 20 years. Okay? This works. We're going to 116. We're at 112, right? 400 pips. We're going to have a $4,000 conversation right now. Is that worth your time? Can you see the direction? If we're at C, right? If we're at C, where are we going? Well, we're going to go try and find D, right? That's our future D, and it's up there. It means we're going up. Our direction is up. If you got it, type the word up. We're almost there now. The hard part's over, okay? It can't be this easy. Well, it's not. It took you an hour to learn it. But now that you've got it, now it gets a little easier, okay? Let's do it. If you see that we're going up, you see that the direction is up, the energy is up, type the word up. I'm going to get a sip of water. And I can't help but go fast because there's still a lot for us to do. Up, up, good, Tabitha, Rob, Randy, Mark, Lee, good, good, all right? So what are you going to do next? You're going to go and confirm it, all right? I'm not the smartest guy in the room. I want confirmation. If I see that the energy is up, then I'm going to go to the day chart and make sure that I'm right, that we're on the right side of things. So you're going to do the day chart for confirmation. Write that in your notes. Day chart is going to confirm right direction. Now listen, when you get into our trading room, you don't have all this memorized yet, but I know you. You want to get started. You want to hit the ground running. You want a little bit of help. You want to make some money now. All right? So what you're going to do is you're going to let me, Tyson, Josh, Chief, Jose, whoever it is that you're trading with, trading this formula, you're going to let us do this part for now. But you're going to become an expert at this in no time. Okay? What are we going to do on this chart? To confirm it, we got to make sure we're on the right side of the market. So what are we going to do? Watch this. I'm going to bring this chart alive for you. Right? I'm going to start drawing a trend line. Okay? Good looking trend line. How do I know? Well, I know because it's reliable for about 2 years, right? All the way back to October of 14, this is a reliable trend line. It was reliable first as what? As a ceiling. You see this? Every time this currency came up to this trend line, right, it acted like a ceiling, right? Came up to the ceiling, bounced back down. Came up to the ceiling, bounced back down. Until when? Until right here, where we broke through the ceiling. See that? Now, all of a sudden, trend line's still good. But now what's it acting like? Now it's acting like a floor. See that? Acting like a floor. Acting like a floor. And we bounced up off the floor right here, and now we're over here. So this is real time over in this place. What do you need to know? Okay? What you need to know is this separates two different areas. What's over here? This is your sell zone. Why? Because every time the currency came up to the trend line before, we had to be sellers. All right? What happened here, though, is we broke through. All right? This is called, right, let's talk like traders. When we broke through, that's called a counter trend line break. Try that one on your friends and neighbors this afternoon. Hey, do you know in the Forex market there's counter trend line breaks, right? You'll impress the heck out of them. What it means is we broke through here, and now look what side we're on. We went from the sell zone into the buy zone, okay? Into the buy zone. And at this point, look what's happening, right? We're going up. We bounced off the floor. We're going up. So what did we just do? We just confirmed our direction. All right? Now watch how you use the Fibonacci's here. I told you that the fibs work in all the time frames. They do. What you're going to do to make this happen is come forward in time, okay? Come forward in time, and you're going to put the Fibonacci's right on this chart, okay? The day chart. Now watch how this works. Just go find your tool, save yourself some time, smart Fibonacci, right? Come down, find the low price. It'll do the rest of the work for you, okay? Does this work? Watch this, okay? Does it work? Look. Let's just go back, make sure, okay? See this low price and high price? Okay, that's A. This is B. Okay, what's happened? We've come down to C. There it is, down to C, made a U-turn. Where are we supposed to go? Well, if we bounced off the red trampoline, where are we going? We're going to the red line in the future. Look what happened. We went all the way to the red line exactly. You see that? A, B, there's C, this is D, right? Complete the sequence. What happens right after? Changes direction. Why? Because it ran out of gas. We started another sequence. So now we're on this one, right? Bring that energy forward. There's new A. There's new B. Let's just make sure it works, okay? Come forward in time looking for what? Looking for another U-turn. There it is, okay? Now you're starting to spot it. Now you're getting better at it, okay? There's C, okay? Where's it supposed to go? Blue to blue, right? Come on, Joe, this can't work. Why not? Blue to blue? Let's just see if it does. I don't need to tell you. You need to see it, okay? Didn't go straight to blue, right? But look what happened. Oh, amazing. It went up to this high price, which lines up with this blue trampoline, right? And then what happened? Another change of direction. Why? Because it completed the sequence. All right? Absolutely awesome. This works. So now what? Now you're going to use your daily chart. Listen, listen. And you're going to go find the money. All right? This is where the fun begins. All right? Now that you've got a monthly chart that's up, you've got a daily chart that confirmed it. Now you're going to use this chart for dollars. Daily, caps, daily equals dollars. Okay? What do you mean? Well, let's find out how much money's available here, right? We found C, it's down here. We bounced off this green trampoline. Pretty obvious, right? What's happening? We're making, right, higher highs, higher lows. The energy's obviously pushing this up. Well, where's it going? Well, we're going green to green. How do you know? Because this works, okay? Where's the green line? 1759. Where are you at now? 112.32. What are we talking about? 524 pips. 524 pips, okay? Standard lot, $5 grand. If you're interested in finding $5 grand, tell me right now, all right? This isn't for everybody, right? I don't know. Some of you, $5 grand, no big deal. $5 grand to me is a big deal. My kid just came from the dentist, right, with the orthodontic bill, right? $5 grand. So I could use the $5 grand, and so I'll go get it. You want to come along for the ride? If you do, say yes. If you do, say yes, because we're going to go trade this thing. All right? We know the energy. This is giving us permission to trade it. Now, all we got to do, can you use it? No, this is a daily chart. Monthly gave us direction. Daily just gave us confirmation and told us how much is available. Okay? It's given us permission to go trade it. Okay, but we don't trade off the 1 day. Here's what we do. We trade off the 2 hour. Okay? We trade off the 2 hour chart. Write this down. Okay? What are we looking for? The right time to buy. It's called a 1, 2, 3 buy. You already did A, B, C. This is 1, 2, 3. Okay? What's this going to do for you? It's going to get you the right time to get in at a good buy low price, right? You've heard of buy low, sell high. Okay? This is how you buy low. You ready for this? This is a big deal. Okay? Because here's what I know. There's some of you that are here right now, right, that are about half listening. Okay? You heard me say something about U-turns, right? You want to buy a low price, right? And you think you got it and you're going to go give it a try, right? And what happens? You're going to see a chart that looks like this on the 2 hour chart and you're thinking, well, Joe told me to trade off of that, right? And then here's what I'll do. I'll just look at the candles, right? You go about halfway in your education, and here's what a lot of traders do, right? They think that they got a feel for the market because they're looking at the candles. They say, wow, look at this. This thing's breaking out, right? I don't want to miss it, right? So I'm going to go ahead and buy it right here. So that's what they say to themselves. I'm going to buy it right here. Got that U-turn, right? Joe was talking about U-turns. This must be right, okay? And what ends up happening, okay? They end up getting into the position right about there. As soon as they get in, and you've experienced this, I know you have, right? What happens? You get a nice down candle, right? That down candle freaks you out because you're thinking, oh, man, I was trying to get in on some momentum. Looks like I got this one wrong, and I didn't trade with a stop. So you know what? I'm all exposed. Let me just go ahead and sell this one, and I'm going to sit on the sidelines for a minute and see where it goes. So you get out right down there, okay? A couple more candles go by, right? Not much happens, and you're thinking, okay, at least it stopped going down. You keep, quote, watching it. Then what happens? Big candle, big candle. You're thinking, oh, man, I was right the first time. So what do? You get in right about there because you don't want to miss it, right? I was right the first time. I should have stayed in. Then what happens? The very next candle, boom, you get obliterated. Now you're freaking out, right? You can't tell your spouse about this one. You better get out in a hurry because that thing's going down, right? What did you just do here? You bought high and sold low. You bought high and sold low, right? This is what most traders do. If I can get you just to eliminate this mistake, I will change your life. You know why? Because I know you've had winners. Listen to me right now. This is the most important 10 minutes that we've got. I know you've had winners. I know you have, okay? And if I can just get you to stop doing this, these losses, if I can just get rid of those, you're a profitable trader, you're making money, changes your life, okay? But my question for you is you got to be honest with me. Have you ever done this? Have you ever bought high and sold low? If you have, if you've ever done what I just showed you, type a yes in the box, okay? And I'll be honest with you. If we're being honest, I got to type something in the box too. Yep, me, I've done this. Have you done this? If you have, type me. If you have, type me. Come on, let's talk to each other. Let's make this worth your time. You're so close, you don't even know it. Yeah, me too, okay? Let me help you get rid of this. I'm going to show you how to buy low. You ready? It's very simple. What you're going to do, gang, is look for a very specific formation. Okay, it's called a 1, 2, 3 buy. 3 little criteria. How to buy low. You've got the monthly chart going with you. That energy's going up. The daily chart's doing the same thing. This is like a wave that's pushing you. The 2-hour chart's going to help you, though, because it's going to give you a chance to buy things at a discount that are still valuable. Think of it as a Coach or a Michael Kors handbag, right? You like them, valuable, but you get it on sale, perfect. Okay, here's how you get something on sale. You look on the 2-hour chart for a bunch of the candles going down, all right? You want to see on the 2-hour chart the currency take a breather. The first step is a bunch of blue candles. That's a strong move down. Do I want to buy it when it's going down? No. You want to buy it after it's gone down, okay? Look for a bunch of blue candles together. That is step 1. What's the next step? Don't buy it as it's falling. Wait for it to make a U-turn. You see this U-turn right here? Market hits a bottom, then the candles change color. That's the second thing you want to see. 2, candles change color, okay? Most important, you want the white one to peak above the blue. Why? Because you want the sell move, right, to be overtaken by the buying move. When you see the white candle peak above the blue one, that's called an engulfing candle. Okay, now I'm really getting you to talking like traders, right? Engulfing candle, okay? Guess what? That's your second step, okay? This is an elevator that has just come down to the first floor to pick you up. You're going to get on it, right, and go for the ride to the upside. Well, how can I be so sure? You have to get one more piece of criteria, right? You've got to make sure there's a wave of buying. So what you want to look at is what's called the stochastic indicator. Uh-oh, that sounds fancy. It's not. Watch this. Look, look, look. Last thing you need, all right? Right now you got a chart that's kind of naked. What you want to do is come over here to the squiggly line box that says indicators. You got to know how to do this as soon as you get this on your desk, okay? Click on that box. Folder pops up. Open it up. Built in. Awesome software. 100 indicators, all right? Don't worry about all of them right now. I only want you to worry about one. And if this is the only one you ever learn, so be it. You can be a trader, make serious money if this is the only one you ever learn, all right? Pretty confident, are you? I'll guarantee it. Just hang with me, all right? When you click on this, okay, the stochastic RSI, it's going to be added as a study to the bottom of your chart. What I need you to make sure of before you click on OK, all right, I got to make sure there's a couple boxes that are checked. I want you to check this one that says overbought, this one that says oversold. Write that in your notes. Give you 5 seconds. Overbought and oversold. Okay? When you click on those and click OK, what's going to happen is that study is going to be added to the bottom of your chart. Here, let me refresh this so you can see what it looks like. Hold on. What are we on? 2-hour chart, right? There it is. Squiggly lines. Okay? How do you read them? If the lines are above this bar, okay, when the lines are above this bar, okay, above this bar, that means the currency is overbought. The buyers are leaving, okay? All that's left is the sellers. Guess what? That's the sell zone, okay? If the currency is below this bar, see this here? The squiggly lines, all right, are below this bar, right, below the 20. What does that mean? The currency's oversold. The sellers are going away. All that's left is buyers. Guess what? You got company. So that's the buy zone. And that's the third step. You want to see, if you're a buyer, okay, that the squiggly lines are below here. See that? That's your third step. So now guess what? You've got your 1, 2, 3. You've now got your formula, okay? In simplest form, there it is. ABC 1, 2, 3. Monthly chart, daily chart, ABC. 2-hour chart, 1, 2, 3. Strong move down, candle changes color, stochastic in the buy zone. What do? Go buy it. Go buy it. You got to have the nerve to buy it at some point. Well, I'm afraid, I'm nervous. That's natural, okay? You were afraid and nervous when you asked your spouse on the first date. Aren't you glad you did it? What was the risk? Oh, she might say no. God forbid. What's the risk here? Put your stop in. You define the risk. Okay, well, where do you put it? Use the 2-hour chart. You're going to put your stop in right at the bottom of this candle. You see this? The bottom of this U-turn? That's where your stop is going to go. Now, very, very conservative traders put the stop right there at the candle. I am not very, very conservative. I'm only conservative. I put mine 10 pips below. Okay? 10 pips below the U-turn, which means what? If I get in at 109.71, 109.71 is my buy price, and my stop is at 109.46, I'm going to risk 25 pips on this thing, 25 pips, okay, on this, to find out if it works, okay? Would you risk 25 bucks to see if Joe's thing works? I know you would. All you got to do is do the trade, okay, and see how it works out. Go forward in time. What do you think? I'm a big fan of this 1, 2, 3, gang. Why? Because I know that that one gets me into profit the quickest. All right, it gives me that elevator ride, that momentum indicator, whatever you want to call it, right? But it puts me in a position to make money the quickest. Now, in this particular case, how did I do? There's a tool to measure it. Look up here, this little ruler. Watch this. It's a very cool tool, right? Look at the information that pops up over here because it tells a story. Here's my entry price. Look at this, right? In 19 little 2-hour bars, so what's that, a day and a half? I'm up 58 pips. Now, that's not all the money in the world, but it's double my risk. I like that, okay? If I'm confident and I'm trading one lot, that's $580. I like that too, okay? What do you need to know? You got to put this on your desk and see if it works, okay? I know you didn't do this trade. Why not? Because you wanted to see if it worked first, even though I told you where to put your stop, okay? So you didn't do this one. The neat part about the Forex does the same things over and over, right? You've got to understand that there will be another opportunity for you to do a trade, okay? What are you going to look for? The same thing, 1, 2, 3. Market never goes straight up. Look at this. You got a strong move down here. You're paying attention at this point. Look at this. You got a strong move down. You got a U-turn. You got the white candle above the one in front of it, right? White, and look, stochastic in the buy zone, pretty darn close. What do you think? You want to do that trade? Because at some point you got to push the button. You got to understand things happen kind of fast around here, okay? And what I want you to do is be around for this stuff. Now, if you did the first trade, you're good, right? Look at this peak. Look. This is the opportunity. All right, there it is, 141 pips. I got it because I did that trade. Never went below, right? Never went below my stop. Got a little volatile right here, but I'm still in, okay? What are you thinking? You're thinking, man, I did this one. I should have done the first one. I got stopped out. So right now you're down 15 pips, okay? You're down 15. I'm up 141. I'm not rubbing it in. What am I showing you? It still worked, okay? This trade, even though you took a 15 pip loss on it because it hit your stop, let's just say what it is, okay? But it still proves that 1, 2, 3, right, carries you to the upside. So now what do? You got to be a pro. You got to be a pro and just keep doing the formula. You're not going to win every time. Okay, so you took a loss on this. How many of you appreciate the fact, right, that I demonstrated something where, golly gee, you might have taken a loss, right? Any clown can get on here and go, look, if you bought low and sold high, you made $1 million. But I know that real world trading is a little bit different. Okay, and if you lose on your first trade, you might get discouraged. But what I'm going to tell you is stay with the formula. As long as you get more winners than losers, you're profitable. All right? If you do it with very low risk, look, there's another chance to trade it right up here. Why would I do that? It already moved. Stop. Stop showing me or telling me what you think you already know. Because if you already knew this, all right, or how to make serious money, you wouldn't be here. Okay? If you're going to tell me, oh, it already moved, I already missed it, all right, fine. Sit this one out. For the rest of you, watch. You got a strong move down here, okay? You hit a peak, you got a strong move down, okay? Here it is. Just listen, okay? You got the candles changing color. You see this? Nice U-turn. You got the stochastic in the buy zone, right? What are you going to do? Well, if I trade it, where do I put my stop? 10 pips below, all right? Where are you now? 110.80. What's your stop? 110.65. Risking $15 on a mini lot. To see if this works, I know you would do it. Well, where do I put my stop? Or your limit. Good question. Look. I'll show you where, because the Fibonacci tools work here too. Look, low price, high price. 2-hour chart. Watch. Last thing. Then I'll tell you how to get it, okay? Low price, high price, okay? You're in this at 110.80. Where's this saying we're going to go? Well, if we're bouncing off this red trampoline, okay, we're going up, we're looking at going to 112.17, okay? Put the math on this. 112.17 is where we're going. Where are we now? 110.80. We're looking to make 137 pips, and we're risking 15. Let me say that again. Risk 137, or excuse me, risk 15, reward 137. How many of you would do that? How many of you would do that? Quick, because we got to finish. How many of you would do this trade? 10-to-1 risk to reward ratio. You didn't do the first one. You didn't do the second one. You didn't do the third one. You got to do this one. Yes. Good. Guess what? Almost immediately you move to the upside. Yeah, but it didn't go to the red line. Be patient, okay? Because look, it sure did. And if you did this trade, okay, if you did this trade and just made yourself 137 pips, number one, you caught up to where I was. But number two, you proved that it worked, and you can do it. This is what you need to do. Try it. Okay, I can tell you that it works. I can show you 100 testimonials. All right, but the fact of the matter is, when I show you A, B, C, D, and you make that money, right, and you avoid this downdraft, because why? Of course it changed direction again. It completed the sequence. Now we got another sequence, right? This is going to help you be in a position to make money and not lose it. This is why we've been in business for 22 years, gang, all right? This works. And when you start getting used to looking for, look, when you start getting used to looking for what? Strong move down, candle changes color, stochastic in the buy zone. Look at, all right? You're going to see that there's opportunities for you to trade. You just got to take advantage of them, okay? Nice big push. What happened? Strong move down, candle change in color. There's the U-turn, stochastic in the buy zone. What are you going to do? You're going to buy this thing. Put your stop on it. Don't tell me you can't do this, okay? All right, where are you going to put your limit? Well, go ahead and use the fibs, low price, high price. There's nothing to this. Well, if this is so great, how come you're doing this? Stop it. Try it, okay? You have a responsibility to ask all those questions. It's better to do it with the thing on your desk, all right? But when you see the thing go, right to where the Fibonacci said, just like this, there was your buy, A, B, C, D, amazing, right? You're going to be able to do this yourself, okay? Where are we right now? We're right here. What are we looking at? Opportunity. Why? Because we got a strong move down. You see this thing? This is gorgeous. Give me a candle changing color stochastic in the buy zone. Let me go trade it. Let me go make some money. All right? This is something you can do. I know you can do it. It's just a matter of you getting it on your desk. What's happening now? We can have this conversation. We've waited a year for this one. This is the 1 month on the Japanese yen. Write it down. Okay? You got a U-turn right here off the blue. We've been waiting a year for this to happen. But now that we got the U-turn, what's happening? We're looking at 2,800 pips. Okay? You want to make $28,000? This is what's waiting for you. Okay? You want to do that on the Great British Pound against the yen? Look. I'll show it to you. I've been waiting a year for this. The lucky part for you is you showed up today. You didn't have to wait a year. Okay? But when I see this U-turn and I'm going from blue to blue, this is going to make my year in 2017. Okay, this is going to make the rest of my year, pay for Christmas. This will make my year in 2017. So you got to be there for this one. All right, what do I want you to do? I want you to come to a session that I'm going to be having tonight. Okay, I want you to come to a session that I'm going to be having tonight because this is where you're going to get started. Okay, I can show you a bunch of testimonials. Listen, there's a million of them. Okay, you go to my Facebook page, you'll see all this in real time. People post a date, they tell us how they did, and it's really a lot of fun and so forth. But the best way for you to see this is keep coming and doing it live with us. Okay, what I'm going to do is get this on your desk today. Okay, there's an online tutorial built in if you didn't memorize everything I said here. All right, I'll get you a username and a password. Normally this is $249 a month. I'll make sure you get it 2 months for free when you get on the team today so you could try it out, test it out, make sure it works for you. Best way to do that is get a phone number in the chat box so we can reach out to you when we're done with Investor Inspiration. We'll get you all that you need to get this started, okay? Do that because I've got a limited engagement. This is limited to the first 25 of you that do this, all right? What I'm also going to do to help you, I'm going to get you on Tyson Clayton's Facebook group. All right, and what he's going to do to get you out of the gate is all the homework for you. All right, all that's going to happen is if you're at the grocery store, if you're at the soccer game, you're just going to look down at your phone once in a while, and you're going to see that Tyson's trying to get your attention. All right, he's going to say, hey, listen, worldwide traders, there's money to be made in the yen. Okay, I did all the homework for you. Who's with me? You'll see that in real time, people like you, right, react very fast. Okay, they say, yep, I'm with you. Let's go trade. Tyson's telling you it's time to go make money. 24-hour market, you've got to understand that when stuff happens, you got to be ready to rock. Okay, you're going to get used to doing this. Do it in a practice account first. Start to see those results. But when you understand that we do the homework for you, this is really the difference between us and anybody else. Fibonacci's, ABCDs, right? The King's Crown, write that down. That's going to be a big one for you. You're going to understand that we tell you what the risk and reward is. And you get to decide to push the button or not, okay? When you build up some confidence, you can look at a trade like this. Okay, 80 pips worth of risk to make $4 grand, right? You're going to decide if that's something you want to do. But the more you see it, the more you understand that, hey, we're filling out all the I's and T's, dotting them and crossing them, right? If you've got a chance to make $4,000 and it's got an 85% success rate, at some point you're going to push that button. Do it with a mini lot first, okay? You won't be alone, right? And when things come together, that's what makes Market Traders Institute kind of the powerhouse in the industry, right? He says it here. None of this is guesswork, right? It's not magic, but we know what works. We've been doing it. We can do it for you, okay? We did it for Denise, 164 pips, right? We did it for Bobby, 90 pips. Not a bad trade, right? Peter made all 400 of them. Not too shabby, okay? You want to do this? We'll start tonight at 7. You're interested in this at all. Here's what's going to happen. All right, I need you to type a phone number in the chat box. Got to do that right now, okay? If you want to get into this group, if you have any interest in this at all, type a number for us to reach you. We're going to have this conversation. I'll have one of my traders reach out to you. We'll say, hey, you're interested in doing this? Here's what you got to do, all right? We're going to have 60 minutes tonight. If you can commit to that, we'll get your chart set up. We'll do the formula a couple times. We'll set you up to make some money this week on the Great British Pound, okay? The ECB announcement, that's coming up on the 16th. I got to have you ready for that. This is prime time to get ready so you don't miss this, okay? I'll get you a strategy if you want to be a day trader. You want to do that, we'll throw a strategy at you so you can expand on this a little bit. But this is going to be critical, all right? I'm not playing around because I got a warranty that goes with all this stuff, and I know it's not going to be a waste of your time. In fact, I got to give you what you need to be successful. And I'm even going to introduce you to that Japanese yen thing that I was talking about because that's going to make my year, it's going to make your year, okay? 6,000 to 8,000 pips. This is going to be limited to 25 people. I got a ton of you in here. I cannot do this for everybody, all right? The main focus of this is people who are already with us, all right? But if you want to get on this team, right, you got any interest in that, let me know, all right? Get a phone number in there. Let's dot I's, cross T's, get your questions answered, all right? The main question you have is, can I try it and test it? I want to know if it works. I'll give you 60 days before you have to make any kind of final decision, all right? In that 60 days, I'm going to show you some profit. What do you mean? I'm going to show you in those 60 days. If you make a commitment, we're going to commit to your results, okay? Try it out for 60 days, and if we don't show you 2,000 pips, we will send you a check for $2,000. Wow, Joe, anybody else do that? Nobody, never before, right? How can we be so confident we know this works, okay? So you got to get on board, and I'm going to wrap it up like this, okay? When you get started with this team, you got to have the tools, right? I'll give you 2 other learning tools, right? A 2-day training class, that's coming up the 16th and 17th. Write that down. I'm going to get you into that. I can't make it. I'll give you another date. Let's figure out what you can do, okay, to get you going on this because it's awesome, all right? You want to come trade with us? First opportunity is tonight. You want to trade with us going forward? We'll be there with you 24 hours, all right? And I'll get you on that Facebook page so even if you're at the grocery store, you're not going to miss stuff because we'll be there doing it. We service 30,000 people. We want to make you part of the team. All right? This is designed for you to have it lifetime. You want to bring a spouse, you want to bring a friend, come bring them to the class, let them learn it. Perfect. Come as many times as you want. Anytime you trade, we'll be there. That's what we do. Okay? And when you have this skill in your back pocket, that's going to be the key for you to know that you just fire up your computer every day. Okay? You got the skill, you fire up your computer, you can literally change your life every day. Do I have an ABCD? Do I have a 1, 2, 3? Boom, I'm going to go do my trade, right? How fast can things happen for you? You've already seen it, okay? We're up $200 almost on this trade, right? It was just that simple, okay? So I know this was valuable to you, right? And in fact, when we talk about value, right, you're talking about putting all those things together, it's an awesome value. So now everybody wants to know, okay, how much is it? All right, let me cover that for you. You decide how you might want to get started, all right? Understand. If you put all these pieces together, this thing is priceless. We say it's worth about 16 grand, worth every penny, especially if it pays for itself, okay? But here's what we do to help you get started. A couple of ways you can do this, all right? Number 1, if you go to my website, what you'll see is we package everything together, a bundle, right? When we bundle all the stuff, what happens? Everybody saves time and money. So it's not $15,000, right? If you go online to markettraders.com, you fill out the little form, MasterCard, Visa, American Express, you can actually get this whole bundle for about half of that. And it's great, okay? You get the bundle for half of that with all the warranties that go with it, right? Here, though, at Investor Inspiration, here's what we do. It's different, right? You spend an hour and a half of super valuable time with me, all right? Valuable to you because you're ready to hit the ground running. Valuable to us for the same reason. You're ready to get in there and start making some dough, all right? You know how to do this. You know the software and the vocabulary. So here's what we do. We give you value for the time you just spent here. For everybody that's here at Investor Inspiration, what we're going to do is we're going to take $2,000 off the online retail for the program, meaning you can get started today, right, not for $79.95, right, but for a one-time, and this is lifetime investment, of $5,995. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Those of you that are ready to get started, what I want you to do is this. Tell me which way you think is going to work the best for you. All right, if you decide that you're going to get started and make a one-time payment, we're going to call you an option A. Right, Joe, I can do that. I get both warranties. Exactly. You get a $2,000 savings, right? 60 days to try it out, test it out, make sure it works for you. Listen, if during that 60 days, all right, you find that this isn't your cup of tea for any reason, all right, you're going to test it and try it. If after 60 days, okay, you find that it's just not for you, it's okay. Here's what we'll say to you. We do this in writing. Give us back the stuff. We'll refund every penny you paid just for trying it. Okay, your risk is going to be zero. Your upside is going to be phenomenal. And yes, that is in writing. Okay, let that be the first question you ask. Joe, if I'm making an investment, right, I want to make sure I'm covered. Okay, you get the 60-day warranty. Right? If you're in option B, okay, what are you saying? I can't fit that on my credit card, but I want to get started. What do I do? What we'll do is we'll give you flexibility. All right? Tell us what you can afford. Tell us what makes you comfortable. Tell us whatever you need to get your foot in the door. We'll customize a payment plan for you so that you can get started. You put a little something down. You get a reservation in the class. You come and trade with us. You got 60 days for that too. All right? If after 60 days, says it right here, it's not for you, we'll refund whatever you put down just for trying it. But what I'm going to tell you is this. Most of the other groups, they do something like this. We go way further. We say, if you're going to spend your time and commit with us, we're going to commit to you. So we say, we'll give you 60 days. And if we don't show you some results, if we don't show you 2,000 pips, Joe, $10 a pip, that's 20 grand. However you want to do the math, okay? If we don't show you that in 60 days, we will send you a check for $2,000. That's called putting your money where your mouth is, right? You wonder why I'm so excited and enthused about this? I tried to teach you everything I could to get you started today because I know what this is, all right? And I'm trying to get you started today because I know that you can do it. I know it works. It's just a matter of putting the two of us together, all right? I'll get your reservation at the class on the 16th and 17th. Write that thing down. Why is it so important? Gang, you got to be ready for this thing, all right? When the ECB makes their announcement on the 16th, the pound's going to move, right? You've seen the charts on the yen. That thing's rocking, right? We're looking at making 6,000 to 8,000 pips on this. Even if we get half of that, it's going to be monstrous, all right? That's how I'm a trader. I'm going to make my year. You want to come trade next to me? Come on, let's go make you some money. Let's do this. That's why you're here, okay? We don't get it right 7 times in a row by accident, okay? We don't have the reputation we have, right, by accident. And it's all third-party verified. I already sent this part to you, so you've seen it, and you can reference that. We don't get in the magazines and have this kind of credibility for 22 years because we're not real. We are, all right? And if you want to give this thing a shot, you absolutely can. All right, option A, if that's what you're thinking, type in your phone number and just put the letter A next to it. Let's get your questions answered. All right, I'll give you 2 warranties and I'll give you the charts for 6 months. Okay, option B, if that's what you're thinking, let's put a little something down, kick the door open on this. You'll still get all the rights and privileges that go with this. Good, Aaron, Kim, Kevin, perfect. You're all option Bs. I love it. All right, that's what you're thinking. We'll come up with a customized payment plan for you. All right, something that you're comfortable with. If you're not comfortable, don't start. Okay, but let us at least go through a couple of options for you. You're going to get the 60 days regardless. All right, we're going to give you 60 days to try and test it out. Starts today. Get the username, password, you get the software today. Okay, and as a matter of fact, wow, it's a big group. Now, some of you don't want to wait in line, okay, and your time is important. Time's money. So if you want to save some time, I'll save you some money. If you want to save some time and jump over the line, call that number. Call that number. Write it down, all right? First 5 of you that do that, what I'm going to do is I'll save you $500. That'll give you money to put into a mini account. You get started right away, okay? That might be a little sweetener to help you out. Fine, right? Time's money, and I'll show you that it's going to be valuable. So write that down. First 5 of you that call in, type calling in, I'll reserve $500 for you. As a matter of fact, here, all right, I'll give you another bonus, right? If you call that number, whether you're an option A or an option B, all right, you remember the software was $249, right? You're an option B, I'll give you the software for 6 months. I'll hand you $1,500 worth of value because I don't want you thinking about anything else but learning this formula. Anything else, right? Oh, after 2 months, it's $249 a month. Nonsense. Let's get that right off the table, okay? I'll take care of your charts for 6 months if you commit to doing this now, right? You keep it, fine. I'll hand you that. And if you do this as an option A, I'll give it to you for a year. I'm planning for you to be here. I'm planning for your success. I'm planning for you to see that this thing works and that we go make money together, okay? 22 years, you'll be here for the 23rd year. Awesome. Okay? So if that's you, take some action now. Okay? Know this. You didn't learn everything today. Okay? You can't learn everything in one day. I got to think I gave you an hour and a half's worth, and now I'm a few minutes over time, and I'm getting the signal. Right? Joe, come on. We got some other great people that are going to talk to our group, and I can't wait for you to hear them. But understand, I couldn't teach you everything, but I gave you enough to start. Okay? I gave you enough to start. Now it's up to you just to make that decision. All right? What better can I do except guarantee the results? Okay, if I don't give it to you, you still get results. So make this happen for yourself. And the last thing, look. For some of you, you're like, I can do it. I just don't know if I have $59.95. All right, stop right there. If that's you, if you haven't put in your phone number yet and given me an A or a B, I'm gonna see if I can solve that problem. Okay, if the only thing you're worried about is the money part, all right, I'm gonna give you 3 minutes on this and then I gotta get out of here. If the only thing you're worried about is the money part, listen, I got 20 spaces where I can help you, 20 spots. What do you mean help me? Well, how about this? Instead of $59.95, what if I can get this for you for free? Would that help you? Then here's what you need to do. Type your phone number in the little chat box and put the word free next to it, because I got a scholarship program that can help you get started. All right, I got a tuition reimbursement program that can help you get started. If there's a way for me to help you get started, all right, so you know I'm not blowing smoke, I got a formula that works, gang. I want to help you. All right, you're excited enough to be here. You're enthusiastic. You're going to commit 15 to 30 minutes a day to this. All right, let me help you however I can. And I got 20 of these scholarship spots, right? If you qualify for it, great, but you got to put in a phone number, got to have that conversation. All right, always a way to do something. If you want it bad enough, well, guess what? If the money is the only thing that's bugging you, I just took that excuse away. Stop making excuses. Come on, come learn this. All right, come do it. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. With that, I got to thank you for letting me go over by a couple of minutes. I kept going quickly because they're writing fast. They're learning stuff. They had a takeaway today. I get a kick out of investor inspiration. You guys get me excited. Okay, now I'm glad to have shared that with you. You got some good takeaways. Those of you that are taking a step forward, awesome. All right, pay attention, get a fresh sheet of paper. You got some great other speakers that are coming up. Look, they don't invite people to this by mistake. All right, every single person you're going to listen to today has got something that's strong and that works. All right, it's going to help you. Stock, options, you name it. All people that I know, and I know that their stuff works, so give them your best also. And with that, thank you for being here. Some of you I'm going to talk to a little bit later. Appreciate it. All right, have a great rest of the day. Take care.